Well, welcome to class. I am choosing this little fireside chat background because what I'm about to do is show you the course organization and walk you through how to navigate your way into the course. Now, I understand that this can be a little bit overwhelming, but note that everything you need is going to be organized to the best of my ability and consolidated to the best of my ability to make it as less confusing as possible from afar. And I'm always just a message away if you need any help. So just to get a dive and a look at how it's going to be organized, you are going to see a weekly interactive image that kind of looks the same each week. The thing that you're going to do is you're always going to start with the hello section at the top left corner, and I'll have a little greeting video for you. And I'm also going to show you how there's this little notebook icon that will take you to a mini syllabus that will help detail everything that's due and give you the information that you will want to know at the beginning of the week so you can kind of wrap your head around everything that's going down. And then from there, you're just going to follow the little yellow numbers on the interactive image in order to kind of sequence yourself through the activities. All the directions and videos that you need are going to be included. So do not worry that you're going to have to dig around or look for stuff that's hidden. It hopefully will be really easy to use once you get used to it. Now, I've mentioned this a few times, but I too am a teacher and had a crazy year and I'm pretty exhausted right now. So I know a lot of you are probably wondering what are you to expect workload-wise and assignment-wise, and that is totally fair. So just to give you an idea, every week you're going to have a required reading, which will be short, and then a discussion or reflection. You will have tutorials and examples that you can peruse as much as or as little as you need, and then you will have a weekly design project. Every week it will be in a different tool, and we'll get a chance to incorporate some of those all together near the end of the class. I also thought it might be fun to add some optional bonus projects for people that are just getting into it, that want more practice, and I'll incentivize that with a few extra points. So let's take a look at some of these components in their natural habitat so you understand where to go to find the things you need. The first section is going to be that hello section that I told you about. It's going to be in the top left-hand corner of your screen. When you go there, you're going to notice that there is always going to be a little video greeting from me, and then you will also see a tiny little notebook icon. That tiny little notebook icon is the one that's going to take you to your mini syllabus for the week. So let's take a look at that and see what that looks like. It's a living agenda, and the way it works is it will have a weekly focus so you kind of know what the heck we're even doing for the week. This week our focus is going to be introducing ourselves to each other, thinking about growth mindset and how that applies to technology, and then we're going to dive into Canva. From my survey, I learned that many of you have a lot of experience with this platform, which is awesome. If you don't worry. I'm going to make sure all of our projects are scaffolded based on your needs. On the bottom of this agenda, you'll see a video like this video that I'm making you right now. And then on the right, you'll see a weekly checklist of everything that is due, the point values, and just everything you need to kind of be ready, like your to-do list for the week. And hopefully you will be able to kind of go through that one step at a time and just be very clear about what is expected and what you need to get done. This week, we're going to do a few introductory things, like we're going to join a Slack channel, which is the way that we'll be communicating with each other primarily. It's just easier than Blackboard, and it's a little more interactive, and I'm hoping that will build us a better and tighter community from afar. We're going to do a little introduction. I know some of us don't like that kind of thing, but we need to get to know you a little so we can feel like a class. And then we will do a reading assignment. We will do a little reflection on that reading assignment. It will not take you long. And then you'll have your first weekly project. This week, we're going to be designing a background image in Canva. All the directions and everything you need to know will be on that product tag. You'll see it when you get there. And then, as I mentioned, I am going to offer an optional bonus project where you could complete anything you want to in Canva for 5 extra points. That could be something personal or professional. On that interactive image, you'll see on the left-hand side the weekly reading and discussion area. That will be something that stays the same week after week. And then near the middle of the image, you're going to see the tutorial and example section. You might not be able to see it from this far away, but if it's a tutorial for a newbie, I made the icon like a little sprout. Like, you're new, you don't want to be too overwhelmed. And there's also an icon that looks like a big tree. That would be for people that are already tech coaches or very comfortable with the tool, that know the basics and want to dive into something that maybe you haven't learned how to do before. If you open one of those tutorials and it's not relevant for you, or you already know how to do it, you are welcome to skip ahead. Or if you're a newbie and you need to watch the tutorial over and over again, that is totally fine. Underneath those tutorials, you'll see examples, lots of them, with little video directions and extra info to give you ideas for ways that you could use these tools in your classroom and kind of get your wheels spinning before you start working on your project for the week. I think that it's normal for all of us when we're getting an online class to feel really overwhelmed and unsure about what we're supposed to be doing. So in the top right-hand corner of the page, you'll see this week at a glance. This is just a little section I kind of invented, thinking it might be helpful for you, where as you hover over each day of the week, it gives you an idea of what you might want to do for the day in order to kind of stay on pace with the project at large. This by no means is like an end-all be-all. You can pace yourself however you so desire. I just think for some of us, I'm like this, I like to kind of know what I'm supposed to be doing and get that assurance that I'm on the right track. So you can use that little Monday through Friday pacing guide to kind of help you pace your projects. And then finally, on the bottom right-hand side, you'll see a check-in section. Normally, we would be using this at the end of the week to reflect on our project and talk about how it went and what went wrong and what went right. This week, we're actually going to check in at the beginning of the week so that we can do our introductions. You do not need to worry about the order of anything because the numbers on those tags are going to help pace you along. So you will notice very quickly when you open this week's image that the number 2 and number 3 things to do are in that check-in section, and they basically involve joining our Slack channel, which will be our communication place, and also doing your Flipgrid introductory video. Now, I hope that helps you navigate your way through the course. One other thing that I feel like I should tell you about is that sometimes when you click on a tag, it'll open up a video tutorial, but that video is not always shown in full screen. Let me show you what I mean. If you open up this example tag, you'll see that it has a little pop-up window and it's got a video playing on the left as well as a button on your right to link to somewhere else. This is so that all your directions can just be in the place where you need them. Some of you might not need the video. If you don't need the video, you can always hit pause on that play bar or fast forward ahead or behind to kind of catch up on the parts you need. You're not required to watch it all unless it's helpful for you. And then the other thing that is not always very intuitive is that you can't maybe see on this page, but half of the video is cut off. So if you want to see the whole video, you are going to go to this little tiny box at the bottom of this play bar that is like a full screen mode. If you've been watching Netflix, you know what I'm talking about. And this will pop it into the big screen mode so that you can see everything that's happening on the page. There are lots of little video tutorials included. And so I just wanted to be sure that you understood that you don't have to watch just half of the screen. You can make it full screen, watch the whole thing, and then shrink it back down. You're also welcome to skip ahead or rewind as much as you need to. So I think that's going to do it. I know that probably felt a little bit like drinking water out of a fire hose, but we will have the same format week after week. You will not have to navigate through anything else in Blackboard. You will just be interacting with this image. And I think that you'll be amazed how much information can be compacted into one place. In fact, I'm hoping to inspire you because soon we are going to be making our own interactive images, just like the one that I built for this class. And I think that you'll see a million different ways that you'll be able to use this in your own classroom. I'm really excited to get started. Again, if you get stuck, if you get stressed, you can reach out to me anytime, and I love to help with this kind of thing. So it's perfect that I'm able to teach this class. I'm really excited about it. All right, looking forward to digging in with you guys.